He is that good?
Good. He's the best. Kenya's finest. He chooses his cases very carefully. Kwani hata akikanyaga kotini, hata ikiwa ni serial killer, anakuwa set free. Eti kesi ya serial killer? Nini we? Anashinda. Yeah, that's the kind of man we are talking about. Kwa hivyo, trust me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Brother, my brother. I have a client for you. This is my cousin from my mother's side. Since you are my cousin and he is my cousin, that makes the two of you cousins.
I see.
Moses is the son of Yugabeth. Yugabeth is my mother's elder sister. Are you getting the connection?
Well, gets deeper and deeper.
Yes, I told you you would remember. Yeah.
Moses, son of Yukabet, what brings you to my office?
Rival clan wanted to destroy him. Take his money. Yani hawa watu.
Mr. Mwako, please meet my wife, Mrs. Maputo.
Oh, pleasure.
And my daughter, Rashid.
Pleasure.
And we came to see you.
Good. Let's get to the office. It's more comfortable. Please get me Elsie.
My dear.
Okay.
Rachel, please wait for me in the car. I won't be long, eh?
Tell me about these twins. About your daughter's tuition at Rampe.
My daughter was admitted to Alliant International School in San Diego, U.S. to pursue a BSc degree course in clinical psychology.
See? Alliant. It's a reputable college. They have very good credentials.
That's why we held the Harambe. My daughter, Rachel, is headstrong. She insisted she wanted to study clinical psychology. And through my investigations, I found that Alliant is one of the best. That the accreditation they award their graduates enables the graduates to get into virtually any field.
Go on.
The Harambe was the idea of my nemesis, Mzee Katumbe, who is also the chairman of our welfare society. To cut the long story short, we held the Harambe and were able to collect approximately 960,000 shillings. And now they're demanding that I pay it all back. And here is the clincher. They want me to pay it back with 14% interest.
What a family you've got.
One Heluva family I've got. And they're out to get me.
Family, family, family. And here I am thinking that mine is dysfunctional.
Before you go any further, Mr. Mwako, I'd like you to try walking just 1 kilometer in my shoes, and then we compare notes.
We most probably have the same size of shoes.
You asked to see me?
Yes. I have a court session in 30 minutes' time, so in the meantime, I leave in the capable hands of Elsie Kamona, a very capable attorney in my firm. Elsie, meet Moses.
It's good to
A parent who would like us to help him sort out some domestic issues.
If you can call that domestic issues. Pleasure to meet you, young lady. Are you up to the task?
Of course.
Well, believe me, she won't disappoint you.
If you say so.
If you give me a few minutes, we can meet in the boardroom.
No, that won't be necessary. I'll see you can use my office.
Okay.
Moses, we'll talk.
Thank you, Mr. Mwako.
So, Bwana Moses, tell me.
Yes.
What's going on?
I wasn't exactly sure of some of the clients' addresses because I could not log into the database to counter-check. They're okay. Hmm? You mean you know the clients' addresses off the top of your head?
A few.
Hey, Tokara. Just the person I wanted to see right now.
And why is that?
Well.
Get a room already if you haven't.
Do you have the admission letters from Alliant International?
Of course.
What about the transfer documents after the third year at AIU Kenya?
What are you doing in Mr. Mwaka's office?
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a meeting.
Okay, I just came for the...
If they're signed. Sorry about that. So when can I have these documents? When did you start smoking?
Cuban cigars. Gonna smell so rich and nice.
Spare me the details, just light it.
A satisfied client got them for me.
Really?
Are you jealous?
Over a cigar, please.
Elsie? What were you doing in using Mwako's office?
Pardon?
I asked a question. What are you doing using Mwako's office?
Working. What else would I be doing in there?
I don't think you get my question. What were you doing using?
I get it. Why was I so at home in there? Using his desk, his chair, his legal pads, his pen. Why did I fit in?
Yep, that's precisely my question.
Are you insecure?
What is there to be insecure about?
You've never had the privilege, have you?
Don't read too much into it, Elsie.
I thought you were.
You will be very disappointed.
You're up for partnership. Well, it looks like the dice is rolling in my direction. Your Honor, I would like you to reconsider my plea for adjournment.
I have already ruled, Ms. Kamona. Trial begins tomorrow at 9 a.m.
This case was assigned to me 2 days ago.
I heard you the first time you said that.
Then I would like to be heard again.
Your Lordship, this case has dragged on so long because the defendant fired 2 of his previous attorneys. Your lordship has other matters to attend to.
Every citizen of this country has a right to legal representation of his choice. He felt his other lawyers were not competently discharging his instructions.
Why were they fired in the first place? Your lordship very soon will have another new lawyer representing the defendant. You cannot allow it.
I take exception to that comment. This cannot be blamed on my client.
This case has taken longer than necessary because there's always an application for adjournment.
And there will be another if we're not given adequate time to prepare for this case. If the proceedings go on as scheduled, I will not be representing my client to the best of my abilities. And he's got every right to fire me and hire another lawyer. And I know that is something my lord would not want.
Threatening the judge?
Just telling it as it is. The defense needs more time. This case was assigned to me
2 days ago, and you knew we were going on trial tomorrow.
Yes, but we have crucial witnesses to interview.
We've had that one before, you know.
Okay. This case has been dragging on for longer than I'd like. However, I will indulge the defendant.
Your lordship.
I give you 2 more weeks.
2 weeks is hardly enough.
2 weeks and the trial begins. If your client pulls this move again, the proceedings will continue as scheduled, even if the case is assigned to another lawyer on that same day. Now pass that message to him.
2 weeks, my lord. There's correspondence with persons abroad.
You're lucky if you ask me.
I am not asking you.
Order. 2 weeks, Ms. Kamona. Correspondence or no correspondence. Now, see you on the 21st at 9 a.m. and that is final.
I'm surprised you'd pick this one, Elsie.
It's a case where lawyers, that's what we do.
It's a sure loser.
If I didn't know you, I'd say you were being cocky.
I'm just letting my kind nature get the better of me. You haven't had a good look at the file, have you?
What do you mean?
Your client tried to defraud the community by twisting the facts to suit himself.
That's why this case is in court to be adjudicated?
You have 2 weeks to settle, and I'm just being kind.
Liz, please set up a conference call with the Registrar of Allianz International. I'll be in the office in 20 minutes.
Hello? My daughter's school details is in the application.
Yeah, Elsie requested for them.
Elsie? This case is Mwako's.
Wait, Ambrose, every letter. Mr. Mwako handed over this case to Elsie.
Hapana. This case is for Mwako and Mwako alone. Elsie hawezi kufanya kesi ya Mwako. This is a family matter.
Mr. Mwako is the one who handed the case over to Elsie.
Elsie kitu gani? Elsie kitu gani? Elsie ndaku tu. She always interferes in matters that don't concern her. Hii kesi is for Mwako and it's a family case. Elsie ameingilia. It's no wonder hana mume. No man can tolerate this kind of behavior.
Elsie, how long are you going to be around here?
I don't know. Something about this case just doesn't add up. And I can't put my finger on it.
All the best. See you tomorrow then.
You still here? At this rate, you'll hardly have a date.
Interesting you mentioned that. Someone else in this office is worried about my dating life.
Well, can't blame them. So what's keeping you here?
Something about these numbers just doesn't add up.
On the Maputo case?
Alliant International sent me Rachel's application, her course requirements.
And the admission details? The confirmation on transfer?
Nope. I spoke to the registrar and she told me that no information can be supplied to me unless the applicant requested it or I had a court order. Either way, I don't think I'll be able to get it in good time, seeing that the trial is in 2 weeks. I've tried to reach any of the Maputos, they're unreachable.
What exactly is not right?
Okay. Moses Maputo told the Family Society that he needed $142,500, which is approximately 11 million, for Rachel's BSc in clinical psychology.
And?
The course costs much less.
How much less?
$61,000, a whooping 5 million shillings.
Probably they hadn't calculated on the 2 years at the Kenyan University and the transfer to the US.
I got the tuition schedule from AIU, did the math, it doesn't add up.
Strange.
You know what? I think our client is being economical with the truth.
Call in your first witness.
We call Mzee Katumbe.
What faith do you profess?
Christian.
Place your left hand on the Bible and lift up your right hand. Repeat the following after me. I swear by the Almighty God.
I swear by the Almighty God.
I'm having difficulties with the figures you gave me. Are they correct?
Yeah, correct, yes.
You have not overstated the requirements for Rachel's fees.
I have not overstated anything.
But the structure doesn't make sense.
Ms. Kamona, is there something you'd like to share with this court?
No, Your Lordship. I'm sorry.
Mzee Katumbe, you are the chairman of the Mwewe Clan Society.
Yes, I am.
Please tell the court what the society is all about.
Ni society ambayo ilibuniwa kusaidia familia na jamii zetu wakati wanapokuwa katika shida mbalimbali kama vile gharama za hospitali, mazishi na vile pia gharama za karo za shule za watoto wetu. Ni society ambayo inasaidia wanachama wakati wanapokuwa katika shida au matatizo ya aina yoyote ile.
How do you pay for these expenses?
We hold fundraisings in some occasions. Pia tuko na standing orders from the members account to the society's account. Sisi pia hukusanya pesa kutoka kwa wanachama. Whatever the society chooses to finance is vetted and agreed by the members of the society.
Is Moses Maputo a member of this society?
Yes, yeye ni mwanachama halisi. In fact, this society is his baby. Ilikuwa idea yake, we supported him and we put it into life.
What is his role in this society?
Yeye ni project development manager.
The total sum of tuition is not 11 million.
Ms. Kamona, would you like a minute with your client?
Actually, I would, Your Lordship.
Reason?
There's some information that has come in that I need to verify before the proceedings continue.
Very well, you have a minute. Finish it. I do not want any more interruption. Hold it for a moment.
You have to be level with me on this, sir.
Which I have.
I cannot help you if you don't level with me.
But you have to believe me.
You're treading on very thin ice here. Very, very thin ice.
Miss Kamona, your minute is up.
Thank you, Your Lordship. We may proceed.
Well, that's very good, but I do not entertain ill-prepared lawyers. Proceed. I do not expect any more interruptions.
Much obliged, Your Lordship. So, Mr. Moses Maputo requested the society to assist him with his daughter's school fees.
Yes, he did. Na tusingeweza kukataa kwa sababu yeye ndio mwanzilishi wa hii society na ameikuza na imetusaidia sana.
What do you mean?
I mean, in the beginning, he was financing the clan's activities from his own pocket, paying school fees for the children in the clan. Hata alikuwa anasaidia kulipa gharama za hospitali. Kwa hiyo, he was, a blessing to many, many of us. Na wakati ulifika, alikuwa anahitaji msaada wa kuweza kupeleka mtoto wake university. We couldn't say no. Tuliufanya kama vile alivyosaidia watoto wengine.
So you held the harambe?
Yes, mimi mwenyewe ndo nilifanya hiyo harambe. Tukachangisha pesa. Tulichangisha pesa hata bila kujua ni kiasi gani cha pesa kilikuwa kinahitajika. Kwa hiyo watu walikuja kwa moyo mkunjufu, mwenye pesa kidogo, mwenye pesa nyingi, alileta.
You make him sound like a saint.
Ni mtu mzuri, pia ni binadamu pia.
No, it's 10 o'clock. I have a brunch meeting at 11 at the club. I hope you'll be able to handle Dubai by yourself. I need to be in Rwanda that week.
Sure thing.
Forgotten something?
No. I just remembered a conversation we had 2 years ago.
2 years?
Yeah. You had mentioned that you'd make me partner when my portfolio manages to bring in a profit to a tune of...
Of course, I vividly remember.
Well, I think the time to make me partner has come.
Hardly do. Hardly.
But I bring in with my portfolio almost a quarter of what this firm makes in terms of profit.
And so does Elsie's. In fact, she may have surpassed you by now. She's been quite prolific lately, which is quite commendable of her. Joe, making partner is not just about making profits. You are a fine advocate. Very dedicated, very creative. In fact, this firm owes you a lot, and I think I ought to pay you a little more, but as for partnership...
Well, let's sit on that a little bit longer.
Good day, Joe.
Good day.
Did Michael Maputo inform the Mwania Clan Society how much money his daughter's tuition would amount to?
Yes, he did. Alitupatia structure ya fees.
Did he also provide an admission letter from Aland International University?
Hapana.
Why? Did you ask yourselves why?
No, we did not, because tulimwamini yeye.
So, no one counter-checked the tuition, the admission, nothing was checked?
No. Kwa ujumla yeye ndio hufanya checks zote. Tulichukulia kwamba amezifanya kwa sababu hiyo ndio kazi yake.
According to the fee structure, how much money did Rachel Maputo required for her undergraduate?
11 million.
That includes accommodation and upkeep for the 4 years.
Tulijua hivyo.
How much was raised at the Harambe?
950,000 and a pledge of 500,000 from the society every year.
Endelea.
Na kulingana na mahitaji ya society tuliamua kutoa shilingi 500,000 kila mwaka.
Was the check written to Alliant International?
No, iliandikwa kwa jina la Moses Maputo.
So he could do whatever he wanted with the money?
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
Now let's get to the reason why we are here, now that we've established the level of trust that you had bestowed on the defendant. Why the change of heart? Why are you petitioning to get back the 950,000?
Because he lied to us. Alidanganya mtoto anasoma America. Mtoto yuko hapa Kenya, AIU, anaposomea saikolojia. Kuna tofauti kubwa sana. Moses conned us. And he was all along planning on conning us.
My lord, I have with me a copy of the admission letter from AIU for BSc Psychology. Our efforts to confirm with Alliant International University whether Rachel Maputo was admitted at their psychology program were futile after the admission department declined to comment. Since no admission letter was presented by the defense, we can safely assume that Rachel Maputo was never admitted at Alliant International University. Nothing further.
Mzee Katumbi.
Yes.
Are you aware of how Alliant University was formed?
No. And why?
It is a private, non-profit institution of higher education based in California. It was formed by two older institutions, the California School of Professional Psychology and the American International University, the latter of which has branches worldwide, including in Kenya.
And so?
So the AIU and the Alliant University are sister institutions, and one can transfer very easily between the two.
But Rachel is not in America. Rachel is here in Kenya. You understand?
Moses Maputo required a tune of 11 million Kenya shillings, right?
Ndio.
And your society managed to collect 950,000? With promises of 500,000 every year, promises that were based on society's budgetary requirements. So basically, 950,000 was all you collected out of the 11 million required.
Lakini tulijitolea kuchanga sana hizi pesa. Hey, just imagine, mwingine anachanga, mwingine anatia tumboni. Anakula ndizi mwingine, mtupa maganda mwingine.
Mzee Kachumbo, what is a fraction of the measly 950,000 to the grand 11 million required for Rachel's fees?
Yani, wewe ni mjanja mwerevu, sio? Unatetea mtu anakula tumbo ya watu. Basi wewe ni mwerevu, wewe ni mjanja, nipe jibu.
8.6%. 8.6% is what the Mwewe Clan Society contributed to Rachel's school fees only. And by only, I mean without accommodation, without food, without upkeep, without any of the expenses incurred while one is studying. Would Moses Maputo manage to educate his child on 8.6%? Would 950,000 shillings pay for a year's tuition at Alliant University?
Tulikuwa tungeendelea kufanya mchango zaidi.
Another 8.6%. You and your society should be ashamed of yourself.
Objection!
Moses Maputo, in your own words, spent a fortune educating children that weren't his.
Objection!
He paid bills that were not his. Mtu mzuri is what you called him. And when he needs, when it is time, when he wants help to educate his child, you drag him to court, embarrass him over a meager, ungenerous, pathetic 8.6.
Objection, my lord. My client is not the one on trial here.
Miss Kamona.
No good deed goes unrewarded. Is this you rewarding my client? No further questions for you. Mr. Maputo, why did your daughter choose to go to Alliance University?
She wanted to be a clinical psychologist who would be recognized by the American Psychological Association, which is purported to have the highest standards. That way, she'd be internationally recognized and she would be handsomely paid or rewarded.
I see.
With the changes in society, clinical psychological problems are quite common and they are hard to diagnose and treat. Thus, the need to have more qualified persons. Well, the Alliance University provides that, and we thought it was the best move to make.
What about the cost?
Well, as per the fee structure that we obtained, we needed a minimum of 11 million shillings.
And how are you planning to pay for that?
We had hoped that she would get a full scholarship. I mean, considering her good grades, she had a mean grade A in the KCSE. She was admitted to the university for clinical psychology course, but unfortunately she was not able to get a scholarship. So we had to go back to the drawing board, and the Harambee was our next option.
And after the Harambee, did she not go to San Diego to study?
No, she did not go to San Diego because the amount of money we collected was not sufficient.
And that's why you enrolled her at the psychology program at AIU?
Yes, we did. Since AIU and Alliance universities are sister universities, some of the courses are quite similar. A big chunk of year 1 and year 2 of psychology at AIU is very similar, if not the same, with the first year of clinical psychology at Alliance University. After consultation with registrars in both universities, we decided that our daughter will go local the first 2 years, and then the 3rd and 4th year she'll go to the United States. You know, it's very crucial. Of course, the decision was reached due to our financial situation and also to lessen the burden of the dollar.
And how much did you save by that plan?
We saved 5 million shillings.
5 million shillings. So the Mwewe clan should congratulate you on finding a way to save money while meeting your goal. Thank you.
Mr. Maputo. Did you share this grand plan of yours with the clan?
No, I did not, for 2 reasons. One, I thought they trusted me like they've always done. I had the best intentions for both the society and my daughter. Secondly, after the not very successful Harambee, things went so fast that I just didn't get the opportunity to sit down with the committee. The time was just not there.
You could have called for a meeting. How do you mean the opportunity wasn't there?
I did not in time.
All right, moving on. Let's look at fee structures.
Objection. What does the fee structure have to do with this case? We all know what it would cost Rachel Maputo to attend a full term at both universities.
My lord, the fee structures forms the basis of this case. Were it not for the obscene amounts of money that Mr. Maputo required for his daughter's fees, we would not be here today.
We all know that the clan only collected a fraction of that fee requirement.
The fees were overstated, and the court needs to understand by how much.
Okay then, just get to the point. Overruled.
Where were we before the unnecessary panicked interruption? Oh yes, fee structures. We'll do this in summary. Step by step, simple calculations. I have with me the fee structures of both AIU and Alliant. Tell me, what is the full amount that one requires for the full course in psychology at AIU?
I cannot remember the details.
Here, use my copy. The figures are in bold. So what's the figure?
Oh, it says here, undergraduate degree program, 1,394,640 shillings.
If one is a day scholar.
If he is a day scholar, yeah.
Which is what Rachel is.
Yes.
How about at Alliant? How much is the undergraduate program at Alliant, the full course?
Objection, is this necessary?
Yes, it is, my lord, yes, it is.
Now, unless you have a genuine objection, Ms. Kamara, really.
I meant to say that counsel is belaboring the point.
My lord, I would be done were it not for the objections. The point to be stated here is that this man overstated the fee structures so that he can defraud the Mwewe clan society. The facts are right before our eyes, my lord.
The allegation you can best come up with is that he miscalculated the fees?
My lord, the defendant abused the trust the society had on him and blatantly exaggerated the cost that he presented to the society. Calling that a miscalculation is a gross understatement.
Sit down, Ms. Kamana. Overruled. Olete Pesi, continue with your cross-examination.
All right. Mr. Maputo, please look at the second page and tell the court the costs of the undergraduate program.
I don't see the second page.
At the bottom of the page, there is a table with all the figures.
Oh yes, I can see it now.
What is the amount of money required by someone going through the undergraduate program at Alliant?
The undergraduate's program costs 5 million shillings.
What about postgraduate?
Master's degree program, 2 million shillings. PhD program, 4 million shillings.
Did your daughter apply for the undergraduate or for the postgraduate programs?
Undergraduate, of course, but we wanted her to go all the way.
Now, let me get this straight. You organized an Harambe for 3 degree courses at one go. Mr. Moses Maputo, I asked you a question.
We wanted them to appreciate the full cost, my lord.
Now, did you tell everybody involved that the 11 million shillings was for 3 degree courses?
Unfortunately, I did not get the opportunity to give them the details, my lord.
Do you have any other questions for this witness?
I do not want to belabor the point.
Very well. The witness can step down. Ms. Kamona, are you calling any witnesses?
The defense rests.
Very well. I will be proceeding on leave on the 22nd, so I expect written submissions by Friday. Ruling will be on Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. This court is adjourned.
All rise.
Let me start by thanking both counsel for filing their submissions on time. I have had occasion to thoroughly consider the same, as well as the authorities you cited, which have informed me in this judgment. It cannot be gainsaid that the defendant, Moses Maputo, has a philanthropic history of good work and self-sacrifice for his extended family and the Mwewe clan society. However, the circumstances surrounding the Harambee held for his daughter leaves a lot to be desired. A careful review of the testimony given in court and the documentary evidence tabled shows on a balance of probability that the defendant was not truthful and had the intention to defraud or misuse the society for his gain. If the defendant truly needed assistance in school fees for his daughter, he should have been more transparent on his needs. If his intention was to transfer his daughter to the United States after 2 years as alleged, I believe the court should have seen evidence to support that claim, of which none has been provided. It is bizarre that the clan or society were expecting their daughter to be in the US, chasing the all-American dream, but lo, she was pushing on the dream at home. It's disturbing. The explanation tendered by the defendant is wanting, with lots of gray areas in it, lots of unanswered questions. In the matter of Mwewe Clan Society versus Moses Maputo, I enter judgment for the plaintiff, Mwewe Clan Society, as prayed, and order a refund of the amount collected in the Harambee, that is 950,000 in full. The plaintiff is also awarded costs of this suit and interest accruing from the date of filing suit until payment is made in full. And with that, this court is adjourned.
All rise.
I tried my best, but the tides were against you.
Thank you. But I've been grossly misunderstood.
Mazel tov.
I told you, we should have settled.